Well, hello, and welcome back to part 4. Sorry, guys. I'm being long winded and a bit scattered on this Friendship Friday, but I'm glad that you're here and that I'll get a chance to kind of sum up and put in a nutshell a bit better what I'm getting at. And that is going to be done through a summary that I'm reading. Um, and I'm sorry, I think I was remiss in not saying the person who posted the article in my last video, so I'll put it in the notes. But it was posted by Pastor Al Soto, PASTORALSOTO. Okay, remember on this book, Soul Talk by Larry Crabb. Okay, so the part that I was getting to was, oh gosh, I hate losing my place and having to find it on here. I'm so sorry. There was a second miracle he was talking about, is what I remember him saying. Yeah, the second miracle that the author had that evening was he experienced the presence of God. Okay, the impact of this experience empowered the author with the conviction that the greatest commitment he could make in his life was to discover his desire for God and indulge that passion with all of his soul. Thus, from this moment, the author states that soul talk is a language that has the power to pull back the curtains on our soul, to move through the mess, and to help each other discover that what we really want is God. It is with this understanding that the author presents that soul talk is the only really honest language. Two key ideas establish the veracity and the need for soul talk in our current life situation. First is the author's assessment that most people go through their entire life never speaking words to another human being that come out of what is deepest within them. And most people never hear words that reach all the the way into that deep place we call the soul. The second key idea that flows from the latter is people almost never speak words that are formed in the center of their soul and pour out from our very being with power and a sense of life. And we almost never hear words that stir life within us, that pour hope into those empty spaces deep inside, filled only with fear and fury and frustration. Therefore, one cannot, one cannot experience the love and joy of real life until one is connected to another at the level of the soul. Soul talk is different from self talk, which the author defines as the natural language of every person ever born except Jesus. It is the language of self protection and self sufficiency and self absorption that is spoken in every context of life. The author's conviction that soul talk flows from the passion of the Spirit to stir up another person's appetite for God to increase so that one can live with God's purpose for their life. I'm missing some conjunctions and I think we call those prepositions. Uh, with the understanding that soul talk is the language that of the Spirit that we are born to speak, Larry Crabb presents 5 stages that help us speak this language more fluently. We won't get into that. I have on my channel in reading the book, but I have taken those posts down because I did not have the permission to read from the book, but you'll have to get the book. And that gives you an idea of, what I have been, like I said, yearning for in my different relationships, and I hope to be able to establish this level of connection amongst all of the